Hello everyone, it's Fajul Pathak this side and watching my YouTube channel pyGuru. Friends, in the last tutorial of this series, we learned how to add enemy to our game. Okay, so moving further, we are going to add bullets and collisions in this tutorial. Okay, we'll be learning how to add bullets to our player and how to add bullets to our enemies. And then we'll learn the collision detection with those bullets. Okay, so before moving to adding bullets, I want to change few things first. First of all, here I want to make my plane frequency equals 4500. Okay, so I'm increasing this time a little more. I might increase it further while creating the few next tutorials. And the next thing that I want to change here is I want to change the speed of my background scrolling. I will make it 1. Okay, then I'll go to my enemy class and I will make its speed equals 1 also. Okay, so let's make it 1 and we'll see if it looks good or not. Okay, uh, so now let's try adding the bullet class. So again, we'll wrap all the functionalities of a bullet inside a class. So all you have to do is you have to type class bullet and then it will inherit from pygame.sprite class. Okay, so let's just inherit it and here you have to type def init. We are just going to initialize your bullet class. Remember there will be double underscores after and before the init. Now a bullet will take two things, first the x and y position and then the type of bullet. Okay, that's it. Also always remember the first argument of method in a Python class is always self. Okay, so here just pass self first. The next thing that we have to do is we have to initialize this bullet. Okay, we have to initialize this super class, that is pygame.sprite. You can initialize it like this: super, then pass your class name, which is this, and then self, then dot init. That's it. Now we can create our bullet class. Again, our bullet class will have two functions like def update. It will take self, okay, first argument, and then we are just going to pass it like this. Then the next method will be draw. It will take a window, and currently it will just let's just pass it, or we know that we have to draw images on our window. Okay, so we can just do like this: win dot blit self dot image on self dot rect. Now I suppose you have already familiar with these terms since we are using them for our enemy and player for past two tutorials. Okay, so now let's try creating this bullets. Okay, so here first of all we will check if type equals 1. Okay, now see, before creating the bullets, you have to do one thing. You have to just go to the assets folder and you have to paste the bullets folder. Okay, now you can get this bullet folders from the resource link given in the video description. Just download it and paste it inside your assets folder. Okay, again let's open it. See, there are 5 types of bullet in this bullets folder. First 4 are named as 1, 2, 3, 4, and the final one is named as red 5. Okay, you can, if you want, you can just rename it as 5. It's up to you. So here what it means, see, we have 3 kind of planes for our enemy, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 planes and 2 choppers. See, there are 2 choppers as our enemies. Finally we have a player plane. Okay, so what I want is this first bullet image will be used for the first enemy, this second bullet image will be used for second enemy, this third bullet image will be used for third plane enemy. Okay, this fourth image will be used for the 2 choppers that we have, and this final image that we have here will be used for our player. Okay, so there are 5 types of images in our bullets folder. Okay, so here if we'll pass type equals 1, it means that our plane is 1, and so we are we have the first plane and we are going to load this first image as a bullet. Okay, that's it. So we are going to do it like this: self.image equals pygame.image.load. We know that we have been using it, image.load, and then we have to pass here first the asset folder, which is our main folder, inside it the bullets folder, and then we have to pass 1.png. This is your first image. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is we are just going to resize it since its size is little higher. Okay, so let's just resize this. So cell.image equals pygame.transform.scaled. Okay. Again, it takes two things. First, the image, so our image is self.image, and then the width and height. So I want to resize my first image as 20, 40. Okay, that's it. 20 will be width and 40 pixels will be height. So let me just copy paste it 5 times, since we have to load 5 types of images. Okay. So yes and yes. So if we pass type equals 2, we will load another image. If pass type equals 3, we will load another image. If we pass type equals 4, we will load another image. And for 5, we will load another image. Okay. So let me just, okay. So if we pass type equals 2, I want to load the second image. So I will pass 2.png here. And I want to resize it as 15, 30. Okay, which is 15 pixels width and 30 pixels height. If I pass type equals 3, then I want to load the third image, so I will pass 3 here. Okay, and I want to resize it as 20, 40. It's okay. And then if I pass type equals 4 or 5, in this case our plane is a chopper, enemy chopper. Okay, so I can write it like this. If type in 4, 5, it means if type is either equal to 4 or either equal to 5, then we are going to load the fourth bullet image, that is this ball one. Okay, we are going to load this particular image. Again, I am going to resize this image as 20, 20. So I'll just pass 20, 20 here. Finally, if I pass type equals 5, remember, if I pass type equals 6, okay, since we have 5 type of planes as our enemies, the sixth, if I pass type equals 6, this image or this bullet will be particularly for our player, okay, our player plane. So here we have to load redfire.png. Okay, again we want to resize it, so I'll pass 15, 30 here. So 15, 30 here. Then the next thing is we are going to get the rect out of it. So self dot rect equals pygame dot image dot get rect, and then center equals x comma y. Okay, we have already did all these things, and here I have to make it pygame. Okay, we are good to go now further. The next thing that I want to do is there are two types of bullet in my game. Okay, one bullet will be used by our player, and the rest of the bullets will be used by our planes. So our planes will shoot bullets in the downward direction. However, our player will shoot bullets in the upward direction. Okay, since we have to shoot planes, we have to make our bullets move upward. So that is the thing that we have to take care of. So here what I will do is, if type is equal to 6, it means this is our player bullet. So I will create a variable self dot speed equals -3. Now in pygame, if you add something to the y position of, if you add some positive value to the y position of anything, that particular object will move toward downward direction. But if you subtract something, it will move in the upward direction. Now here we have a self dot speed equal -3, and if we add this -3 to some object's y position, that object will move in the upward direction. That's it. Okay, the next thing is else self dot speed equals 3. That's it. So we are good to go now. We have to take few more, we have to do few more things. So let's do this. We have to go inside the update class. Here we have to type self dot rect dot y plus equals self dot speed, since we want to update the position of our bullet every frame. So that's why we are adding 3 to our bullet. Okay, now this speed can be either -3 or 3 depending upon the player or the enemy. Okay, if it's a player, we will pass type equals 6, otherwise we will pass 1 2 3 4 5. That's it. Here we will write one more condition. If self dot rect dot bottom is greater than less than equal to 0, it means our player bullet has reached the top of our window and is going outside. Then we need to destroy it. Okay, we do not need it anymore. Kill. Okay, only one element. Also, we have to check if enemy's bullet reaches the downward. We again have to destroy it. So we have to again do this. If self dot rect dot top is greater than equal to height. Okay, it means the enemy bullet has reached the bottom of our game window and is going outside, then again we have to just kill it. That's all. Okay, I think it's good for now. So here now we are going to use it on our game. So first of all we have to import it. So import it like this, bullet, and then since we have multiple bullets, I will create a group for our bullet. Okay, now I will create two groups. One group will contain bullets of our enemies, and the other group will contain bullets of our player. I have separated them since it will be helpful for us in detection. Okay, it will be easy to detect which bullet is of enemy and which is of player. Okay, that's it. Here the first bullet group will be player bullet group. Okay, and the second bullet group will be enemy bullet group. So just write it like this. Now we have two groups. We can start adding bullet to these two groups. In case of player, what we want is if the user presses space key, then we want to generate a bullet. Okay, if the player presses the space key in the game, we want to create a bullet. So we can just come inside the pygame.key down. Since here we are checking if the player is clicking the left button or right button. We can also check for if the player is clicking the space button. So let me just copy this line here and paste it here. Okay, then we have to make it for space. See, in case of my player, first of all let me just show my player's image. Okay, so this is my player. What I want is when the player presses space, two bullets will be generated. One bullet from here and another bullet from here. Both these two bullets will be generated at the same time, and then they will move towards the upward direction. Okay, so that's it. That is the thing that we have to do. So in order to do that, first of all we have to find out the player position. We can find out the player's position just like this: p.rec.center 0. So it will give me the center x position of my player, and for the y I want simply this p.rec.y. That's it. Again, what is this? p.rec.center stores two values, that is the center x and y, that is our player's this position. Let's say it is the center, so it contains x and y position of this center. However, p.rec.y contains this particular position here. Okay, so there's a difference between these two. That's why I have written two things. So now we know the x and y position of our player, so we can just create bullets now. So bullet, and we are using the bullet class that we have just created. It takes three things x, y, and type. So we are just going to pass x, y, and type. Okay, and again type will be 6, since sixth plane is your player's plane. Okay, again I'll add minus 30 here, since currently x stored the center value of our player. So if I subtract 30, it will we will reach here. However, if we add 30, we will reach here. So that is the thing that we are going to do. Okay, then we are just going to add it to a player bullet group. So player bullet group dot add, and we are just going to pass b. That's it. Now let me just copy it and paste it again here. So instead of subtracting 30, I want to add 30, and then again we will add it to a player bullet group. Adding 30 means we will generate a bullet from x will be this, okay, this thing, and y from here. So a bullet will be generated from this point, another from this point. Okay, now since we have generated our bullets, let's try to update them. So we will just reach here or go here, and we will just update it. So player bullet group dot update, that is it. Okay, and then we have to draw it. So let's just draw this thing. Here we have to pass draw, and the first argument will be a window. Okay, that's it. Now let's try running this game and let's see if it works or not. So yes, it looks good now. See, my background is scrolling so slowly because currently my game is running is 24 FPS. So if I press space, I get some error. So let's see what is the error. Module pygame.image has no attribute get rect. The error is here. Okay, here instead of pygame.image we have to make it self.image. Okay, that's my fault, sorry. Self.image. Okay, since this is the image and why I want to get the rectangle of out of this image. That's it. So let's try again running it now. Okay, so if I press space, yes, two bullets are being generated and we are able to fire them. So it looks good now. Okay, we are able to generate it. See, currently we are not checking for collision detection, so no collision detection is happening. Okay, so it's working good now. Now we have to add some method by which we can generate our enemy bullets. So let me just copy these two lines and paste it here. Okay, but this time it will be our enemy. Okay, so let's just change it. Remember, we have not added anything to our enemy bullet group. So if you just run this, you will not see any enemy bullets generated. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm just going to modify our enemies function, enemies update function here. So currently our enemy group dot update is not taking anything, but I'm just going to pass our enemy bullet group to this function. Okay, so let's just pass it enemy bullet group. Basically, we will create a bullet inside our enemy class, and then we will add to this bullet group. Okay, we are not adding this class or bullet inside the main function for the enemy. Instead, we will add it to our bullet enemy class. So here again our update will take an enemy bullet group. So let's just pass enemy bullet group. It looks good now. Again, then we have to change few things in order to create bullets for our enemy. So first of all, I will create a variable here, self dot bullet counter, which will be equal to 0, and then self dot okay, let's just do this currently. So what I want to do is, see, for the animation we are adding 1 to a counter. Okay, self dot counter. When it reaches a certain frame, either 3 or 4 or 5, our enemy next frame appears. For bullet, what I want to do is, I will keep adding some values 1 to this bullet counter, and when it reaches to 60, I will generate a bullet. Okay, I want to create a bullet every 60 frame. Okay, so currently we are running at 24 fps, and I want to create you can say 60 at 60 frames. I want to generate a bullet at 60 frames, means every 2 seconds a bullet will be generated. That's it. Okay, now let's see how can we do it. It's very easy. Self dot bullet counter plus equals 1. Okay, it will keep updating our bullet counter for us, and if self dot bullet counter is greater than equal to 60, okay, again you can just increase the value, the 60 value for yourself. Okay, it's up to you. What I want to do is, first of all, I will make the bullet counter equals 0, and then I will create a bullet. But instead of creating a bullet here, I will create a different function or different method for it. I will create another method that will be equal to suit. Okay, this is the method which will help us to create a bullet. Here I will pass enemy bullet group. We will call this suit method here inside this if condition. Don't worry. So what I want is, if self dot type is in 1, 4, 5. See, there are three major types of planes for our enemies. This is the first plane. I want this plane to shoot only one bullet from the center here. Okay. For this plane, I want to shoot 2 bullets, like a player did 2 bullets. It was shooting 2 bullets, and this image for this enemy too, I want to shoot 2 bullets. For our both choppers, I want to only shoot 1 bullet. Okay, from the center. So this is the thing. If self type in 1, 4, 5, it means 4 and 5 is our chopper, and 1 is our first enemy image. So we will get the x and y position of our enemy, which we can get it like this: self.rect.center. Okay, and then I'm going to create a bullet b equals bullet, and here I'm going to pass x, y, self.type. That's it. Again, we have to add it to our enemy bullet group. So enemy bullet group dot add, and we are just going to pass b here. Okay. The next thing that we have to do is, let's copy it and paste it here. So this time, if our self.type in 2, 3, then we want to get the x and y position, and then we have to generate 2 bullets. Okay, so my first bullet will be generated from x minus 25 and y plus 10, and the rest thing will be same. Let's just copy and paste it here. This time it will be x plus 25. That's it. Finally, we have to call this method inside here. Okay, so self dot shoot, and we have to pass the enemy bullet group here. That's it. Everything is done for our bullet class now. We can now try running our game. So currently we are using chopper, so one single bullet will be generated. Okay, so let's see if it's generating a bullet or not. Yes, it's generating a bullet. Okay, we can just do it like this. Yes, it's working good now. It's only that our game is lagging. My system is lagging, sorry. Not our game. My system is lagging. But it's not a matter of concern. The next thing that we have to do is we have to check for collision detection for our game. So let's try adding collision detection. Collision detection becomes very easy when we use the sprite groups. Okay, so let's first of all I'm going to check collision detection between our enemy bullet and our player. So we'll just get down here and we have to write few things here. So first of all, I will create a variable player hit. That's it. Okay. If you want to check collision detection between a particular sprite and a sprite group, you can use this method pygame.sprite sprite collide. This is a method which we can use in order to check if a certain sprite is colliding with another or not. So I want to check collision between our player and the enemy bullet group. So I'll pass it like this. Okay. The next argument you have to pass equals false. I will explain why we have to pass false here in a second. So here I have passed false here. Now what does this false mean? I'll explain in a minute when I will run the game. Okay, so let's see. The next thing that we are going to do is if this collision happens, this particular line, that is pygame.sprite collide, will return a list. Okay, it will return all the bullets that are currently colliding with our player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate on that list, that is player hit list. Okay, again it contains the list of all the bullets that are colliding with the player. Okay, so here I'm going to type for bullet here it will be capital B, small b. Okay, capital B is a class name. So for bullet in player hit, okay, here I'm going to pass player hit. Okay, now it's good. So what I'm going to do is first of all I want to decrease my player's health, but currently we do not have added any health to our player. So let's add this. So our player here inside the initialization function of our player, we will add self.health equals 100. So 100 is our player self. Then we will add health to our enemy too. Here we will add self.health equals 100. Okay, so 100 is the health of our enemy. Now the next thing that we are going to do is see, there are different type of bullets. So we have to do we have to find some way by which our different bullets cause different types of damage. For example, the first bullet that we will the first type of plane will shoot a bullet which will be less which will cause less damage to our player plane. Okay, so we have to find some way. Well, we can do a very simple thing. First of all, we can create a dictionary. So let's just do this, self.damage dict. Okay, here we will pass the bullet type and their damage. So if the bullet is of first type, I want to make the damage equals 5. If the bullet is of second type, I want to make the damage 10. Okay, if 3, the damage will be 15. In case of 4 and 5, it will be 25. And in case of 6, it will be 20. Now what does this mean? See, 4 and 5 are choppers. If you pass 4 and 5, it means it's a chopper. Okay, so I want, if the chopper bullet will cause the player to lose 25 health points. Currently the player has 100 health points, and if a chopper's bullet hit it, we will lose 25 health points. However, if we are hit with the third plane bullet, we'll lose only 15 points. And for our player, since our player number is 6, if player's bullet collides with any plane, that plane's height will be reduced by 20 health points. Okay, so this is it. Now we just going to get the value of it. So self.damage equals self.damage ticked, and here we are going to pass type. That's it. But instead, yes, it's good now. So now we have this variable inside self. We have a variable here self.damage. What I want to do is p.health, which is 100, which we defined a moment ago. I want to reduce its player's health, which we can reduce like this: bullet dot damage. Okay, we are going to subtract the bullet dot damage value from the player's health. That's it. Now we can try printing the health. So print p dot health, and finally, when the job of the bullet is done, we want to destroy that bullet. Okay, once the player is hit with bullet, we do not need that bullet anymore. So we can just pass call bullet dot kill. So it will destroy the bullet from the window. Again, if you pass true here, this is the same thing as bullet dot kill. Okay. But we do not want to kill that bullet instantly. Here I am calling this separately. Okay, instead of passing through here, I am just passing calling this line here. Okay, bullet dot kill. If I just run this now, you will see once once the enemy's bullet is colliding with our player, we will lose some health points. Okay, so let's the enemy come here. My system is working a little slow. See, this bullet is coming here, and if we collide it with a player, see our health is reduced by like this. Okay, 50, 25, then it goes 0, then it goes minus 25 like this. Once it goes 0, we will just end the game for our player, since our player is dead now. Okay, so we have to do this, but we will do it in some other video. Now we are going to do the same thing for our planes. Okay, so we will do it like this. For bullet in player bullet group, okay, so player bullet group, we will find out what the planes are hit by our player's bullet. So we can write it like this: planes hit, just like we wrote player hit. So here we are writing the planes hit, and then we will check for it. So let's just copy this line, copy it, paste it here, and here instead of P we will pass bullet, and here we will pass the enemy group. Okay, so let's just remove this line, this thing from here, and again it will be false, and we are going to do the same thing here too. So let's just copy it and paste it here. So let's just do it like this. For bullet in, for plane in, not bullet in. Okay, so for plane in, planes hit, we are going to do plane dot health minus equals bullet dot damage. Now we do not need this line. You can try printing plane dot health. Okay, it's up to you. And then finally, we are just going to destroy the bullet. This is it for this tutorial. Now if I just run this and I shoot certain bullets at the player, you will see the bullet will die. Sorry, the player will die. Okay, I think I missed something. I have to add one more line. Okay, so let's see. We have created this much bullets, but if we collide with the player, the plane chopper, nothing happens. It's because here in the enemy class we have to add one more thing. That is, if self dot health less than equals 0, then we have to call self dot kill. That's it. Now HEA. Now it looks good. Now if I'll shoot certain bullets, you will see the plane, the chopper will vanish. Okay. Let the chopper come. So if I shoot certain bullets at it like this, you will see the chopper will vanish. Okay, see, the chopper is gone now. The same will happen with this chopper and with this chopper too. Okay, since its health reduces to less than 0, so the you can say the object kills or destroys. Okay, this is it. Now you can check for another enemies type 2. Instead of passing 4 here, let's pass 3 or 2 here. Yes, let's try passing 3. So remember, the third plane will shoot two bullets. Okay, just like a player. So let's see it. So yes, it's coming. See, it's sending 2 bullets towards us. Yes, so it's working here. Okay, looks good. Yes, so it's working fine. So this is it for this video, guys. If you love this video, leave a like or a dislike. If you're new to my channel, subscribe it. In the next tutorial, we'll learn about explosions. Okay, so this is it. Yes, thank you for watching this video.